here we go. Looks like TeamMyth going to start off on the Blacklist side. Imperial starting off on Global Risk.
And we're back on Ankara. Yeah, this time Imperial slightly pressuring from the yard into the office. But no real damage done from either players, trying to stare through the big gate over there towards the office. I think they were looking for some wall shots, but no damage done.
And now, multi-man rotation seemingly coming through TeamMyth, not wanting to commit on either side yet. But with Imperial not spotting anyone towards B, maybe want to think about rotating someone over. As still C4 left behind quarters in the passage, so no need for Myth to really commit yet. Still just pushing and prodding in the first round.
Yeah, first round, get some information, see kind of what the defensive setup is on the other side, and try to get a read on your opponents. Definitely the most important thing. If you lose the first round, it's whatever. You know, it doesn't feel good, but you get some information as the push is coming in through here. On to A side, and Horace getting first blood and picks up 2, actually, as a very clean entry so far for TeamMyth.
The TeamMyth actually used up a lot of their resources towards A side to begin with, and that's the reason why Imperial didn't really have a quick rotation into that A side, even if they had a member pushing all the way into the office. I think they were caught because of the utilities used already. As I say that, MG just strikes back.
MG, definitely one of our insane snipers from Brazil. He is just moving his way in. JWoww getting aggressive on the defense here. We're going to spray them down. Him and Horace will hold. And that is going to do it. Horace picks up another one, getting 4 on the round. And carrying that one, as you can see, TeamMyth will get the first round.
Unable to really withstand the time crunch that was found out by TeamMyth. Once the plan came through, Imperial had to rotate all the way with 3. The other end of the map forced their hand. Had to run in there and were unable to hold in the very end, as yet again, TeamMyth, they are playing it patiently. And after how well it worked for them in the first round, not too surprising.
TeamMyth, they certainly like to take time in all different types of map and rush in as a 4-5 man and just sometimes have 1-4 split as a fake push, fake timing push. But Imperial, in knowing that, I think they just have to catch on the early rotation and have a quick backup.
Flash grenade!
Okay, here we go. Flash once again, but it's not going to do much for Imperial to put in here. This time Dotson gets a couple, and Ryuzhao is able to back him up immediately. Booker not able to do much either. Ryuzhao with a couple, as now Alucard is all alone. This time the push not looking quite nearly as good. And you can see the swarm now is coming in from the side of Imperial. Flash is from the back, and that's going to be the shot, the headshot from Luke Palm. As they are excited, Imperial always fun to watch.
Yep, great D from Imperial there. Creating so much better and not really choosing to defend from the air duct at all. Was able to dodge so many grenades, but at that angle, you need with that 2 nade, they're blowing up towards the inside the air duct. You know there's at least 2 or more from the quarters. So Imperial, they were ready. The reason why they were able to grab so many kills.
And with that, we see Imperial also getting a little more bold. Look, this time taking up position a lot more aggressively. Trying to find some initial pot shots. Not working out just yet. No one stepping too far forward, but Booker might get caught here looking for someone in air duct. If he walks forward, but not wanting to do so just yet. And you can see how much they leave up on B side. So realizing that TeamMyth has not been favoring that side at all.
Yeah, just one set of eyes checking, but mostly checking on front yard alongside of Fefe. And you can see the 3 members now looking for a push. Booker not expecting that, and Ryuzhao picks up another one, his 3rd of the contest. And that's going to be a good start for Imperial.
I did not know that there was a double team in that passage. The connector into the central passage. And with that big pressure, they sort of forced the rotation of TeamMyth into that B site.
You see MG still holding down that B side with the sniper. A lot of people, seems like Imperial are aware of what TeamMyth is going to go for. Timer is ticking down, and it is time now for them to go in and push. Fefe does get flashed, but is able to just withstand the initial brunt, and now Imperial, they are very ready for this push coming through.
Then they get to good angle, but it's not quite enough. Penguin and Alucard are able to clean them all up. It's only Lucom now. You can see he's under B looking to answer. Now onto Penguin, 1v1. He is not able to get the shot. JWoww takes him down from upper B. And that is going to be a great round win. A close one there going the way of TeamMyth.
Yeah, Imperial actually had pretty good angles cover that B site, and a lot of their members right next to the dog. So the backup time takes them 8 seconds, but TeamMyth, they just broke through with the headshots. Nice.
As Horus with a very low health bar, still able to pick up the kill on Lucam there. And that might open up the map again for as I say that, he gets shut down. A bit harder for him to push through, for the rest of his team rather. And again, Imperial really committing, feeling like they have a read. Still sending one member towards A, but seemingly expecting Myth to commit towards that B side again, as slowly rotation now coming through from both teams.
Yeah, that was the Fefe effect, where he just has so much. He has like great sense of where everybody is on the map and when they're going to rotate. So he just comes in at the perfect time, aggressively, even on GR side, and is able to take like a pretty much a free firefight there. And you can see he's able to tie up the score, whereas a lot of other players would just sit back and kind of accept their fate and try to hold off the push when it comes in. But now this gives them a little bit more of a chance. As you can see the push, thinking about coming in here, and Ruzhao is really on fire tonight so far, pulling most of the weight for his team. He gets that headshot.
Ruzhao, one of the best defenders, I would say, on Akara A. And it makes it really hard for TeamMyth to directly go in. Yeah, with 3 members, they have some utilities to flash in A top, but they also have to check A bottom first.
So keeping MG towards that B side, not 100% sure whether they actually will commit to A, and a good read because TeamMyth is indeed now moving towards front yard. Oh, Fefe gets backstep there, gets taken down by Penguin.
Oh, but MG, looks like he ran out of bullets there, his opponents, and MG now he's got a grenade in his hand. He's still able to survive, very low on health now. But that is a double kill that might just win them the round. As you can see, Alucard's getting aggressive, but MG's just running away to the safety of his teammate.
And the time ticks, and he was on a chase, but Imperial, they just rotated over towards B. Could not really chase him at all. Well, TeamMyth, I think they used up way too much time. This does happen sometimes, because TeamMyth, they're one of more passive teams that we have.
Not expecting them this quickly into the central passage, but look at this flank coming in, led by Fefe, gets the flick kill, as Penguin not ready for the amount of members that were coming out of that one hallway. And that's going to put a little bit of a stop here, especially because the bomb is down in an unfortunate spot now for TeamMyth to try to pick it up.
We have flipped the script, as it's Imperial that is now moving in. From the from the blacklist side towards TeamMyth, who are going to be able to get that C4 towards A, with Imperial still seemingly thinking that they are towards the B side. Plan is going to come through, and that's going to give the information. TeamMyth not wanting to take as much time this time around.
And Imperial, they forced all of their rotation into B, want to sweep slowly into the central passage, and even into A, trying to get Horus down, who's defending this well with the smoke, but it's wearing off soon enough. Ooh. What a shot. This is important because all the rest of the members from Imperial, they're out A long.
Yeah, Horus, another one of these guys. There's not much time. Rizzu's got to push up, but he can't. He's trying to get the kills, but there's just not enough time. And that should be it. Horus even picking up the kills just as a little bit of a bonus there, as they do get blown up with that win. So TeamMyth takes the lead here 3-2. And once again, very back and forth. And both of these teams playing to a high level.
To be honest, I was expecting TeamMyth to go slightly slower for the first half at least, but they're feeling it. They're already on their nearly 80-90%, I think. As Imperial, they're actually the ones rotating slightly slower in terms of the map reading. And it's usually the opposite. But given that TeamMyth is starting from the blacklist side, I think they want to be aggressive first and see how Imperial is reacting to their playstyle.
And so far, it's been a rough one for Imperial. TeamMyth seemingly able to out-rotate them. When we do see Imperial win, I feel like it's more of the back of their firefights and how well they are winning these small skirmishes, but overall map movement seems to be favoring the slower and more control style of TeamMyth thus far. 3 people are at the ready to follow up on this push as they head into office.
Usually you would see Imperial pushing down yard or even from the air duct checking into the A quarters. But because TeamMyth has been so passive near the BL spawn, Imperial, I think they have gotten that there's no information. We just have to keep quiet. And TeamMyth actually uses a lot of their time before they come in, which makes it a better situation for always the GR side.
Yeah, absolutely. TeamMyth now making their way in through quarters. And you see that Natsu and Rizal here in position looking to defend on this A site. Already some shots are coming through. Just testing the waters. There's really not that much time. TeamMyth really just taking their time with this one, but now the push will come in. Immediately gets shot down as Penguin gets one. As a 2-for-2 trade does come in. 20 seconds as they will look to get this bomb down.
Yeah, but already MG was on top, knew that C4 was going to come down. Horus right there. They let his guards down for a second. And that's going to be an easy retake, easy refuse.
And here you see the downside, right, of playing that more slower control style, that once your hand is forced, even if you know there are still members there, you need to just go in guns blazing, try to get that plant as soon as possible, and then for Imperial it is a quick and easy cleanup as very, very nice defense there, spirited by Ryu Zhao.
Usually when you can take up to until a minute to go into the site, but when you make that many noise, that many gun sound right in front of at the entrance, because TeamMyth they shot at least 4 shots, Imperial they actually already had backups, more than 2 seconds of backup time to come into that A site.
This time around, a little bit of a different approach. TeamMyth poking in through Central Passage to B. And you can see that they don't really poke out that far, but they still have total control over the Central Passage. Bit of a wraparound from both sides from Imperial, so TeamMyth finding a nice little angle here, but Fefe will be looking to cover the bottom of B, and let's see how he does. Although they are moving out now, so no push will actually come in there.
Yeah, but Imperial got this covered. Look at the 2 positions from Natsun and MG towards A quarters. They know 100% they're in that yard side.
What? I didn't even see that guy. That's why these guys are pros. And Horus with a huge entry kill. It's going to give them access into the back of A.
Fire in the hole!
Horus has been doing a lot of heavy lifting, but I don't know if it's going to be enough, because again, on the press for time, we see the defense not quite working out as Horus picks up yet another kill. Health low, but it doesn't matter. If you're the first drawing fire, and a very important snipe that comes to able to hold off on that plant.
Yeah. buys a lot of time for his team because the plant is denied. They're able to swarm in now as here they go, and JWoww is able to spray a couple of them down, and MG with the AK, he's not able to get it done, and Alucard will get a snipe, and once again TeamMyth will take the 1-round lead.
Their JWoww just popping off right there. Without him, I don't think they had won the round because MG, the moment that C4 was down on the ground, yeah, TeamMyth, their time was ticking down to maybe around 30 seconds or less. So Imperial, they certainly had the lead. But this is the thing. Oftentimes, Alucard with a sniper, JWoww, Horus, even Penguin sometimes, they show up big time when they're losing a lot of members on the fly. They come in as a flank members and get those double kills, triple kills. It's the power of TeamMyth really showing up right now against Imperial.
Yeah, it's very true. One of the things I really like about TeamMyth is how they play as a team. As a team, Penguin this time is going to get that initial kill. And now Ryuzao on the backside, not able to hit the head of Booker. And the bomb will get placed down here on A. Ryuzao this time around able to land the shots. Booker finds an angle, picks up 1 kill. Newcom and Ryuzao able to do a lot, but it's still held down here as Ryuzao going to poke out once again, but he can't do it alone. And TeamMyth finally taking a 2-round lead for the first time.
Horus right now with 14 kills, dragging his teammates' hairs right now into A site every single time and making things work. Imperial, it seems like they are about to get the lead take a lot of the rounds, and it is just being stopped by a lot of the pokes from the side. I think Imperial has to really think about the portion, how many members they want to spend on going to the passage or coming around the central passage, because oftentimes the straight up A passage block has been made oftentimes by TeamMyth.
And you just can't stop. Horus finds another big kill here, and it's these continuous initial kills that open up so much space for TeamMyth, give them a lot of time, and that allows them to play that slower style, right? They can poke out their opponents, get a better feel for where they're at, and then once they finally do move in, that time crunch not as much of a factor because of the fact that Imperial's already on the back foot. And now again, 3rd time in a row, going for this push on A.
I like Pepe's position, but it might be a little bit too little too late. And actually, Penguin just gonna pop his head back and take him out too. Seems like he was easily able to read that aggression, rather, as Lucom does pick up 1, but it's still a great position now for TeamMyth.
Yeah, Myth still holding the stair side and the top of A. Expecting Imperial to come out from the passive, but this time they spent both of their members coming from A.
Shot.
Alucard, huge shots there. Had the off angle onto 1 and then finished off the sniper pistol battle there, 1v1 at the end. And TeamMyth are gonna come ahead here at the half, 6-3. Definitely a nice start for them.
Starting to feel very reminiscent of that first match where we saw that Lazarus was really able to put the hurt to Black Dragons. In that first match, it was actually Black Dragons that then completely turned it around with a big sweep. So it's now up to TeamMyth to show us that they actually are able to clean it up. A couple more, an early victory here on the first round on Global would really help them out. But for Imperial, now the opportunity to show why they were considered one of the stronger teams coming into this tournament.
I think Imperial expected TeamMyth to push B-side at least a couple more times. And that's the reason why they kept on spending so many, at least one more member. It was oftentimes just 2A, 3B, or even 2A, 2B, and 1 pushing into the yard side or office. But TeamMyth, they just went bold. A side, A side, A side. Let's push B once in a while, but A side seems to work. Why change when it's working every single time?
That's why Crossfire, you know, obviously you have to hit your shots, but also the strategy aspect and the mind games of it is a big part. And some of the teams that you see throwing a lot of different wrenches into the gears, those are the ones that you see winning a lot of the matches. As here, JWoww finds everybody and actually gets one. So nicely done for him, as now Penguin is there to help him out on the flank as as Pepe gets one, but Horus is here yet again. Don't forget about him. He picks up 2. Now Rizal is all alone. Does get a couple himself, but now he's only got 2 health and goes down to Booker, who's able to clutch it, and you can see they are excited.
And that massive firepower towards the yard side. We don't really see that 5v5 on that spot too many times on the map. TeamMyth, they were bold enough to actually come. Well, JWoww going for that big snipe must have got a really good spawn.
And I feel like so many of these games start with Imperial just losing a member right from the get-go, and they're able to make it look close, but it's not going to be enough. Now they just walk into them, grind, they're able to finally find a return kill there, but TeamMyth very aware of what is happening. Rotation coming through from Penguin, and Horus and JWoww still feeling very healthy. And these are the big players. These have been the people that have been getting so much done for TeamMyth.
Yeah, at least Nothin's trying to make things work, and he's indeed holding the C4, but they have so much time, so they can possibly look for one more takedown and then get that C4 planted. But TeamMyth, they're already here. They're trying to get them trapped in the corners. Air duct secured by Horus, and also a Penguin actually making a big rotation towards A passage instead.
Yeah, not a bad idea, especially with so much time left. You know, you want to get this perfect surround. You can see that Horus is just kind of waiting for his teammates to figure out what they want to go for, as Penguin is coming back around, actually. Just waiting, seeing what they want to do here.
Yeah, you would imagine 2v3, at least one coming around from a quarter passage. That's why Notzin's trying to spot one. There we go. But all 3 at the same time.
Yeah, that's
Not enough people. It's a Zerg, but it works.
Yeah, absolutely. The 3 of them coming in there all together. And you can see Horus able to get the defuse. As, you know, if I were the captain, I think now's the time for the technical, the tactical, rather, pause. As there it is. Well, we saw it there for a second, but the lights are very... There you go. Tactical pa.
I wonder what the second half of I was gonna ask the question.
Yeah. Because pa in Korean is actually onion. Spring onion,
green
right?
onion.
Green
Yeah.
onion.
Yes.
There you go. So
Yeah.
it's a tactical onion. Anyway.
This was a type of retake member different rotation that I was expecting from Imperial, but it's happening from TeamMyth instead. That's the reason why they already took two more rounds in the second half. And even with I think this is a very different situation compared to our first match, because Imperial, their rotation in this entire match has been very slow for some reason. And let's just hope that this tactical pause will help them. But so far, because how dominant TeamMyth has been in terms of their strategies, choosing strategy in this map, I think they will just take the map here, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. In addition to that, I feel like TeamMyth is also able to just straight up outgun them consistently. And you can have one of the two, but you can't have both. And what we saw in the last round when it was Black Dragons that did come back, they were still able to go toe-to-toe, but it just wasn't looking as crisp. As pointed out, some of the rotations not quite coming into fruition. Whereas for TeamMyth now, they're basically firing on all cylinders. Imperial barely able to stand up to them. And I'm looking at Horus. The man has been insane thus far. Able to find so many of these kills. And TeamMyth taking a 1-0 map lead here against Imperial, looking huge for them.
One of the things I really like about TeamMyth is you never really know which player is going to pop off. All 5 of them have the ability to do so. And it's always one guy who's the carry, or 1 or 2 guys that come in, and everybody else is decent. Here we go again. Horus this time gets the entry kill. It's a 2 for 2. This time a little bit cleaner. No advantage going the either way. But still, Imperial's push is stopped.
And their entrance into the office was well stopped. A 3v3 certainly better for the Blacklist side, especially when they're having that C4. That's the reason why we see all 3 members of TeamMyth basically gathered up in their spawn, trying to check if it's B or A.
Looking like it's going to be a B plans here for
And with that flash, They know that they made an entry. There's a C4 down in the B site. As TeamMyth, let's look at their rotation. They're playing it differently compared to Imperial. Ouch.
Ow. That was
Look how
rude.
down half.
Yeah. They got to make a play here soon. 20 seconds, and they'll look to make it just about now. But MG is lining it up. Gets both of them with one shot and gets the third as well. This is what MG can do.
Nasty shot right there by MG.
They needed that performance right now because if they let another round go, they would not be in a great spot.
Yeah, that was a make or break moment right there. If you don't hit that shot and they're able to pull off that push, time was short, but not too short. Could have been able to get the defuse, and then all of a sudden, they're going aggressively here, but this time not working out quite as well.
Oh, wow. We're still able to catch a lot of the members retreating back to the base.
Natsun was like, "No, this fight isn't over, guys. You're
You're
not
not
running away
retreating.
from this." Yeah. So
Not
he
allowed.
Shot him in the back. It is 3v2 now in favor of Imperial. Could this be another Brazilian comeback? You know, I wouldn't be too surprised.
You wouldn't, would you?
No.
Their TeamMyth is already at 8 as well. You know, the 10-8 is basically in the stars. It's MG looking for Booker.
One sniper that you have to be careful right now is MG.
He was kind of trapped there, and you know, he tried to take an aggressive position. I don't mind it when you're down a man, but he was spotted, and he was up against multiple members, so not the best position.
Yeah, but I do like the position. If you're spotted in A, the moment you die, the bomb is going to be planted. But if you're outside, it at least gives your teammate to actually come back up at least a couple more seconds. So it's not the worst spot when you're already down a member.
And now Alucard trying to defend his castle on his own, but with just a sniper, I don't think he can hold off 3 people as Imperial gleefully make their way over towards the B site. Gonna go for the plant, and looking like this second round in a row is coming in again. I say that is 1. Yu Zhao goes down.
Don't know if he knows about Natsun. As Natsun is behind him, and he gets the read on the smoke that comes out, and Natsun is easily able to get that flank in. So Imperial, a couple rounds in a row. You can see that Alucard not too happy he wasn't able to clutch.
That first flick of jumping into B site was, of course, a great shot. Something that all sniper defending B has to have.
Alucard not too happy with how that previous round ended, so opens up immediately with a kill, stifling the push coming through from Imperial. TeamMyth opting in very heavily, reading into a strong B-side push, but just scoping them out.
Spotted MG, and it can't just be MG poking into B side. The teammate has a pretty good idea. And it's made at least a couple of members into the B passage. And what a huge rotation, because Yu Zhao is already actively checking A top. No one's here, guys. Surprise!
Yeah, I don't even know if he expected that. Nobody knew. And he did just get headshot down. Wow gets another Alucard with another snipe here. Still making it work as Fefe, alongside of MG, putting on a push through the front yard. Let's see if they can make the match work. Able to get the angle onto JWoww as Fefe as well. But he does go down to Penguin. So now, MG against the world. Not looking too great.
But if there's a player that can make it happen, but the problem is the C4. Down in a small room, and with a sniper, it's awfully hard to pull this off.
Gang up on him, and poor MG not able to withstand the combined pressure. TeamMyth now up 5-9, and it looks like you might be right after all, G-Clef. Unlike the first map of the day, where we saw Black Dragon find a big comeback against Team Lazarus. TeamMyth looking to take the first one here.
Yeah, TeamMyth, their rotation, and they're gathering up their manpower in one single position at the same time. and has been so effective against Imperial right now in this push. They have no idea.
He was able to get one, but only one. Shut it down. Penguin with the push out here. They're trying to come in from all angles. 3v3 now. And at the end of the day, the flanks do come in, but it's only trade of kills. And so let's see where Imperial want to go from here.
Again, 3v3. Looking at the HP situation, slightly better for TeamMyth, I would say. But MG still is a sniper, so take that into account. About the same. And they have the C4, but the rotation from TeamMyth, ooh, very aggressive from GR's side on the second half.
Wow. JWoww. That is as okay. Booker against Lucam. 1v1. The bomb is down by the blacklist spawn. And Booker has a better position on it at the moment.
A minute and 5 left, so enough time for both players. Lucam, 45 HP, let's see.
Oh, Booker.
And Booker in an off-angle position, I think.
Oh, Lucam gets the jump on him. Not expecting him to come out that aggressively. And that is a big shot to keep their chances alive. Imperial need 3 more to force extra rounds. And it's not an easy ask with the way that TeamMyth has been playing and how close these rounds are that Imperial even wins.
I think with that aggressive round from TeamMyth, I think they wanted to finish the map. Just pushing out all the way to the blacklist side. But Imperial was able to grab the previous round. So let's see if the momentum swing is happening here.
Playing a little fast and loose can happen when you're this far up, especially when you are in an underdog position coming into the match. You're feeling confident, people are popping off, but now for TeamMyth, patience is the name of the game. Really got to make sure that you don't give Imperial another round, because at that point I think the momentum might be a little bit too hard to stop.
All right, let's see where they want to come on in here. Horus is getting a bit of information that they are heading towards that central passage.
Yeah,
of course, still a lot of time here, though.
Again, TeamMyth. This team plays it differently than any other team. Their rotation, they gathered up towards the yard side for a potential rush from a yard or even into a passage, and then they split up back into normal position. So they're actively rotating in their defensive side, which is a very good sign.
Now Imperial looking to pressure towards B. Heading in. A lot of people hanging around the office. Work time over for Imperial as the clock is slowly ticking down and is going to be forced here shortly.
Heard the shots and Pigeon coming into B.
Gee, taking a lot of damage there on the backside. Some firefights over by the office, and Booker is just charging in onto the site. He's going to take down one, and his teammates support him on the aggression. And the bomb is not down. There's only 19 seconds. And everybody's just getting surrounded here. Lucam's just going to try to run away, but
13 seconds. He has to go in. There's no way.
yeah, it's just not a winning strategy unless he can make it over to A. No, there's no time. He just has to charge in.
Last round, timeout and lose the map? Did not happen. Getting one more kill.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter. You can kill all of them at this point. It just doesn't matter. That's going to be the first map win to TeamMyth. 10-6. A more dominant victory than we have seen by anyone else today.
And what a surprise, but what a welcome on TeamMyth coming out here and showing us that
and here we are on Compound. This map, yeah, very fun. Lots of different flanks that can happen. It's a very wide, large map that we do have here.
Yep, certainly a map where it is liked and disliked depending on the region, but usually favored by a lot of the EU MENA teams and also Southeast Asian teams, and also China, but slightly less from Americas. And let's see the action as TeamMyth there again, starting from the blacklist.
first shot not working out, and that was something that TeamMyth was able to consistently find in their first map. But no harm done, no damage found yet by Team Imperial either, so plenty of opportunity for Myth. There, but he holds them off for now. And they are forced to retreat and play a little bit slower.
I like the fact Imperial is trying some different rotation. Usually we don't really see 3 men into a entrance because TeamMyth has been very off. With the usual types of rotation, I think Imperial was expecting something crazy to start out in the first round. But just going to check, use some of the flash and see who's there or not. No real harm done yet.
Lukam going to be the first one to test the waters. The water is very cold. Don't go into the water, he says.
Boris says no. Able to pick up that kill, and now TeamMyth looking for the tempo. Gonna push the FA, but he cannot hold them off like he did the first time. Onto A side. A lot of damage done there, but in the end, not going to be enough. They're trying to hold it down, but it's MG that takes him down with the pistol. On this planet, though.
Yeah, pushing from the GR base, but the control from TeamMyth. They're still holding A long, and on the side, Imperial has a great starting from the bomb site.
This one, and Penguin is just able to line them up. Coming in together can sometimes have adverse effects. And once again, TeamMyth is going to start off here with a very strong win on the Blacklist side, this time on Compound. And let's see, you know, I'm pretty confident in what I'm seeing so far. I feel like TeamMyth is just the better team today. Horace, he's got the hot hands. His entry frags are kind of insane so far. And let's see if they can be even more dominant on this map.
As TeamMyth, the rotation, even in Compound, but compared to the other maps, the rotation in Compound is slightly simpler compared to the other maps, because B-side, you're basically stuck on their pipe. So that's the reason why we see a lot of the teams pressuring through the central plaza.
Kind of an insane shot there from MG. I would say that's
just a Wednesday for him.
Yeah, there are some more consistent snipers than MG, but he does have some of the best highlight moments, I would say. A very fun player to watch.
Also really good with the quick scope. Basically uses a AWM as a rifle. Oh, this 5-man gang up here.
Getting ready. Tension is building. Still 3 people on A side for Imperial here.
Flash grenade!
Lukam is here. He's ready to help on the push, but he does get taken out, and now MG's in there alone in the servers with a pistol and a dream. He gets headshot by Booker, and now we know how difficult it can be to retake the B site. No damage being done there, and Booker's going to get this plant down.
Bomb has been planted.
Even in terms of people still available, normally this is where you'd expect someone like Feifei to kind of pop off, but thus far hasn't really worked out for them yet. Push, straight 1-for-1. Not able to find, and now it's just Alucard with the sniper.
Yeah, great flash
stall.
entrance.
Oh, man. They have such a great plant here that you can see that Alucard alone is able to get 3 kills, and it really came down to that plant. It gave so much protection for Alucard.
And you saw them wait a couple of seconds as well, making sure that they got the optimal position for that plant. And then when it came up to Imperial to actually defuse it, just didn't have the time.
Here's a quick push from Imperial saying we can't just keep waiting around, letting them do everything because, whoa, that's a lot of damage. All damage goes down. That's nearly a perfect round. Just lost Rizal there.
Whenever these guys win one round, the screaming begins. It must be fun to stand behind them and experience it. But really cool to have them here once again in the event hall that we do have.
Offline is always so much better. Yeah, the energy is different. And Imperial this time pushing into the double pillars. Finds no one.
One downside, I'd say, for Imperial is that that was very successful, but you can't keep pulling that strategy. You need to actually win in a straight-up scenario, and thus far,
And not
to do that.
And not knowing that TeamMyth is really rushing in, they will find the timing now.
Oh, man. Talk about perfect timing. J-Ball and Horace, again, these guys, they both have the hot hands, and they are carrying this team right now. Fefe, rough spot. He's going to get shot down. J-Wow picks up another and gets our special zoom in from production. 3-1 in favor of TeamMyth.
Okay, the downside of that B push from the GR side, when the blacklist is going towards that A, the rotation is just way too long, so you see oftentimes from the GR pushing into the double pillars and goes out to the central plaza. Uh-oh.
That's not ideal. Still find the kill. Penguin helping his buddy out.
Actually huge.
Yeah.
They're just reading the pressure so well. I mean, they are communicating. They say, okay, 3 members pushing in on the A side through the pipe. Let's just back away.
That's a half shot onto Horace. Doesn't find the kill, but Zhao was on the side. And MG backs up, gets to find another kill in the B entrance.
And it starts and ends with MG. He's the one that gets the initial damage down and able to get a kill as well. 3 versus 4, it's definitely possible, but gotta start off strong here. Alucard needs a single kill. More and more dire in this round.
MG is kind of popping off now. Imperial, definitely a team that can get angry if things are not going their way. One of the more emotional teams that we have. And that can benefit them sometimes. As you can see here in this round, this extreme aggression paying off. Joker trying to win all the firefights. He's not going to get it done as Fefe, alongside of MG, will clean up.
Yeah, those shots from MG really kept the team alive. Even if the first push didn't really work all the way going out into the central plaza, into the pipe entrance. The B side is basically secured. I think you can just leave it to MG. As TeamMyth, they're trying to make it open from central plaza, even pushing into the A entrance sometimes. Always using Alucard to push into A long, making sure they have a sniper chance of getting the bomb down when it's planted.
And I think for Imperial, much more so than for TeamMyth, this is where you need to make sure that you don't fall behind considerably. We saw that happen in the first round, and they were unable to recapture the tempo to slow down the momentum of TeamMyth. And now, with that win in the last round, an opportunity for them to even it up, and that would put them in a much more comfortable position than they were into basically the entirety of the last map.
Yeah, MG got a lot of kills in the previous round, but Alucard, starting from the end of the first map, was also picking up significant amount of kills. So I think the sniper duel is really happening here. And Fefe in that bait position with Lucam as a sidekick position.
Horace has it so clean on the end. Not so much. Fefe gets the jump on him, and 2 for 2. Actually, Fefe gets a couple, and Lucam will get an extra. So 2 for 3.
Instant cover kill there by Lucam. Well done by Imperial. Yeah.
And yeah, with that, now you're down 2 people. And you got Booker trying to make a miracle happen by himself. But it's not looking good. Time is running out for them ever so slightly. Ryu Zhao has been great on the defense here. And it's Lucam and Fefe that were able to go on there. Going aggressively, that's one. One's not enough. They'll need to take down Ryu Zhao as well. Not able to, and that's even up from Imperial.
Nicely done. You know, I kind of felt like this round in this map, I should say, was slowly slipping away from Imperial, but a couple of strong rounds in a row now. They have easily made their way back in this game and to tie things up.
MG's... Oh, hold on, it's double pillar. Huge fight with J-Ha picking up a lot of kills, and MG finds one, but goes down again to Horace. just Knotson left, and you know this is going to be a B-side push.
You haven't finished your Valdis, or your sentence, Valdis, so the caster curse kicks in. Immediately, a complete domination from TeamMyth after a couple of rough rounds in which Imperial was able to find them. And yeah, all happened at the double pillars. JWoww picking up multiple kills there.
I think Imperial, yeah, with that push, they were trying to have some psychological war there. Leaving MG as a sniper, okay, it has to be MG defending B side. And then right afterwards, they spent 2 riflers in the bait position, which of course caught them big time. And then pushing out from the B side. So Imperial, I like the fact even if they're losing in the first half, they're actively really changing their strategy on compound.
Definitely one of their strengths, and you can see now TeamMyth baiting out a push. I think they're reading the situation pretty well. Imperial, after round losses, they get very aggressive. They look to push. Not the case this time, though. Imperial also kind of sitting on their hind legs and just waiting for a bit of a push from TeamMyth. So it might take a little bit of time before we do see the action. Ryuzao pushing out into the center area, as TeamMyth might consider a push through there. They haven't made any gigantic pushes through there just yet.
MG defending A site, looking at a long entrance. Central Plaza push, no boost. Now from the side of Ryuzao, great defense here.
Should be enough. Booker here, all alone, and down he will get taken. The defense comes in strong. And a bit of a face palm this time. But that is just okay, as we are tied up once again, 4-4. This time a little bit closer than we saw on Ankara. And Imperial this time getting aggressive. They have taken out the center plaza. They've taken control of it. As now pushed in through pillars here from the side of TeamMyth, but they're just getting swiped down. As all 3 of them do get taken out.
And after what was an amazing first map, we see Horus here as a whole TeamMyth not able to match the firepower of Imperial anymore. As it's Imperial that is looking to close out their global risk round with a win. And not quite sure Booker, if he had some more health, maybe I could believe, but it is such a tough ask to do now. And Lukam finds the final kill. Imperial finding a lead here for the first time.
Yeah, the first time today that Imperial has been leading here, which is pretty interesting to see. You can see the tables flipping at this moment in time. And I don't know, TeamMyth, I mean, they looked so strong at the beginning, but then Imperial just kind of locked things down.
Yeah, I think what Imperial felt from the first map was, okay, we gave too much time, too much map, open areas for TeamMyth to actually go around the map. And they used all that time to make the strategy, build up perfect flashes. So instead, let's push them out and let's stop them from using any type of rotation, which worked really well in the end of the first half for Imperial.
Fire in the hole! Fire in the hole!
All right, well, here we are after the half. Of course, Imperial with the lead in this one, 5-4. I'm very curious to see how they're going to handle Blacklist on this map specifically. There's so many different strategies you can go for. You can go for pipe pushes, or rather pillar pushes. You could look to rotate in through center and like try to smoke off A and go to B. Try to hold that one down. There's so many different angles that you can take. And that's generally why you see the defense either making a big push or playing very defensive.
And thus far, they are definitely leaning towards the more defensive angle. Not wanting to overcommit here as Imperial goes in.
Flashing A entrance from the center. And then rotating into B. They're expecting a backup rotation from TeamMyth, but they're not moving.
Alright, here we go. JWoww kind of circling around, trying to get a bit aggressive. Gets the 1-for-1, gets some information. Alucard, kind of a funky spot here.
He's right on top.
He's going to get the pistol kill, so nicely done there. as he is charging in, looking to get the quick scope. Not going to happen. MG going to take out Booker, and now low health bars here on the side of TeamMyth. Rizal, the one tap. Alucard, he has 1 health. Down he goes. Imperial taking a big lead now, 6-4.
And this is the momentum swing that we were waiting for. Deficit not quite as big when TeamMyth really ran away with the game early on. Maybe Imperial underestimating them a little bit initially, but now it does feel like Imperial very much in control here as they push in. Oh, has spotted Horus! But Fefe has his back. For Lucam to go in deep. No, not working out that well as MG still has full health, but same can't be said for his teammate. Penguin now the opportunity to try and even it out a little more.
Yeah, double sniper here because very likely there's no one down at the server because they had members pushing from B site. And I feel somewhat confident with double sniper covering long angles. They can make this happen.
MG not able to land that shot is pretty huge. Gives TeamMyth a much better chance. I like how they're getting aggressive, though. Trying to go for the 2v1, if possible, after getting the information. And they're actually even going to rotate into A site. They say, okay, well, I saw one guy in pillars, so there's probably not anyone over here, so they're going to get the plant down at least.
They completely had the wrong read here. TeamMyth, they expected with MG, at least on the sniper, they expected a B site plant. The one down in the server, one from the side, looking at the central angle, making it easier for a sniper shot. Hudson right now on the nest.
Can actually land these shots, but MG is going to land his, and that's all that matters. Although JWoww able to get one. There's only 5 seconds left, though. That's not enough time to get the kill and the defuse. So there you go. MG finishes it off, and that will be Imperial now 7-4. As the tables have totally turned, this is a completely different situation from what we were looking at in the first map.
Much more akin to what we were expecting coming in here. And I'm loving the rotation that we saw there from Imperial. Basically already a dead man walking. And this gunplay is looking better and better. And whereas TeamMyth were able to go head-to-head previously, they're just getting slapped down left, right, and center. As I say that, though...
But the sandwich from Horus and Penguin was incredible.
Your caster curse powers are beyond my imagination, Chronicler.
It's quite impressive, honestly.
The timing from both angles is actually insane. That was the last one standing. And Imperial, the amount of energy they're pouring out is going through the roof right now.
Thanks for cursing my curse, Veldas. I really appreciate it.
That's my specialty. Yeah, it's impressive, I know. And yeah, I mean, TeamMyth, they just... I don't know, they're falling flat. Imperial are just the much better team. It's almost like Imperial just decided, okay, we're not going to go down like this. And they are reaching a whole other tier at this moment in time. And yeah, I mean, not looking nearly as good here on the global risk side either. The defense has not been on point. They've tried many different strategies too. And they've been red every single time. And so now they're going to go back to just playing it passively on the site. Not a bad idea. Although, as I say that, Penguin is going to get shot down.
Again, a great start. Zhao at 7-1. And have to spot JWoww near the small tunnels.
He gets traded. And these trades not favorable. Fefe still alive. It doesn't matter. Now it's all up to Alucard with a sniper against 3. Very, very tall ask. Is able to pick up a rifle, but gets flanked. Too many people. And 9-4 here for Imperial coming through.
There's 0 rounds from TeamMyth here in the second half. It's been totally silent as they tried to push out to the Central Plaza, but oftentimes, because that's exactly what Imperial's good at, they have been taking way too much damage from the nade to begin with. That was a real problem. This time only spending a couple into the double pillars, pushing out near Are they really going towards that BL spawn? Because it is a map where BL spawn is very far away from the sites.
Face spot there, but they're not able to get it done. That leaves Horus all alone, and he can't do it either. Ryuzao gonna make it 4v2, but a couple of kills now to Alucard, as he doesn't want to go down without a fight this time around. MG, though, gonna put an end to Penguin's life, as they will look to make their way in onto the A site.
And now it's a similar situation as last time. Just Alucard left standing. Bomb is planted. And with MG and Ryuzao both at full health. And a beautiful shot to close out that round. Imperial gonna even up the score 1-1.
And, well, you can probably hear it. They are ecstatic after that victory, not dropping a single round there on the BL side of Compound. And you gotta hand it to them. Imperial, you know, we were making jokes about waking up, even though it's, you know, afternoon, it's after 5 p.m. here in Seoul, South. All right, here we are again on port. Definitely another map that can lend to a lot of aggression. Here comes TeamMyth again, not happy with the way that last map went.
Certainly a map where you can have lots of overnating spots for flashes and grenades. Might actually benefit TeamMyth slightly more. For some reason I was thinking about Subbase as a third map for a second.
Port and Subbase have a similar theme, you could say.
Yeah, both A and B.
True. Yeah,
Continue.
you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, they both have spawn sites.
Ooh, well read. Yeah, good cover.
Absolutely. As JWoww is going to make his way over here towards the B site now with the bomb. Booker just checking the flanks. You know, Imperial considering pushing out under the bridge, but not going to happen. And just a matter of time, I think, before TeamMyth decide to pull the trigger and go in here onto the B site.
Some flashes thrown towards the A site, expecting a push. But again, TeamMyth is burning time.
Now going in aggressively. And at this point, you see the rotation coming through from Imperial, but gone through. The main question is, can they defend? MG not able to find a shot yet. Clock is rapidly ticking down, and Imperial kind of under a crunch here. Need to go in soon.
They're just running on in straight into the crossfire that TeamMyth had set up. And for the third map in a row, TeamMyth will start off with the first round win. And let's see if they can keep up the tempo. That's definitely going to be a welcome sight for them after not winning a single round for quite a while.
And as you can tell, yeah, with that many, of course they started with better team numbers. But with the nade timing and the timing attack into that B site, it seems like we have the TeamMyth back from the first map. And Imperial, from the second map, they sort of felt how to stop a TeamMyth from having all the nades, having them come together. I think timing nades can actually be crucial in this matchup, especially against TeamMyth. I think they have to look at the clock.
And I think another key difference here is that TeamMyth is yet again allowed to play the style they love most. That slow controlled style isn't really the opportunity for Imperial to go for as aggressive a push as they were able to repeatedly found, regardless of whether they were on Blacklist or Global Risk in the previous game. So now TeamMyth can really play it slow, look for angles, and then pull the trigger whenever they need. It's able to find the kill on Penguin though.
Yeah, nice little push out there from Knotson. And, you know, getting the big pick off is going to be so awesome for Port. You can just sit back here, wait for the push, look for a bit of a retake. And it does look like TeamMyth do want to continue here onto the B site, try to overwhelm Imperial before they are ready to defend.
And TeamMyth here trying to get a similar strategy done, but it's... Ooh, Fev actually goes down to the wall shot there.
with a pistol.
Of all guns. Might create an opportunity. Horus, though, gets almost trades 1 for 2, but buys time for Ryuzao, who's able to pick up yet another. And now, offensive stifled, rotation is coming through. Only a little bit of time left. Another kill. Just Booker on his own. Yes, he's able to get it. But it's Imperial that finds the round win there.
Yeah, Ryuzao, the team player there, knew exactly that the team members were coming to back him up. Was just trying to buy time. And even if he goes down, it was going to be a team win regardless. So great play there defensively.
Yeah, and this time TeamMyth going to slow it down once again. Looking and checking their flanks to see if Imperial wants to get aggressive. That's definitely one of the strategies that Imperial brings on to all maps. Just try to rush in eventually on the global risk side. Try to catch them unawares. But TeamMyth with a slow push now over towards the B site, it looks like.
This is TeamMyth playstyle basically in open maps, as they make close to no sound rotating into one position. I do see Fefe up here boosted. Say hello.
I don't think he enjoyed that hello. It's a bit unfriendly, as the thing that impressed me the most about TeamMyth was that in the first map, every single round started off with them finding a kill, and then they could push and prod, play it slow. But now, seemingly, it's someone on their side that goes down every single time. Penguin, don't fall into the same trap. Because Fefe is looking in a different direction, able to pick up the kill, evening up the score. 1 minute left on the clock now. And you got to make a move here, TeamMyth.
As Imperial, they do have Notson in the base spot, bait box towards A-Long. So has the other three sort of as a backup member. They sort of feel that this is going to be an A push. Yeah, flashing B entrance because the time is ticking down. Only 36 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, TeamMyth really taking their time with this one. And yeah, I mean, still in the bait spot is Notson. Alucard is even taking damage, but he immediately gets the snipe in the middle there. Lucan picks him off, and Notson is just going to get so much value here. Picks off 3 of them, 2 of them through the box, and they were just not ready for that, especially with the lack of time.
And that's a problem you can run into, right? When you do walk that line between playing slow and playing too slow, not quite well, as they feel rushed. They have multiple people, but no one actually checks that angle properly. And he's able to pick up a number of kills for free. Now TeamMyth down again. And the last time that Imperial got a lead, they didn't give it away.
Yeah, sometimes when you're running out of time, you do rush in exactly like as Chronicler said. And then you expect sometimes your teammate to just go in and check. And didn't you check that spot? No, I didn't. And then everyone just goes down immediately.
Yeah, so true.
It happens all the
That's
time.
a great point.
Great point, G-Clef. No, I'm being serious.
Yeah, no.
I was just returning the compliment. You've been you've been giving me a lot of compliments. It goes down again.
Oh. Rukam's flanks in this matchup has been working out so well every single time.
They've just been Horus now comes in, picks up a couple alongside Penguin, who gets 2. Although Penguin is now low, Notson pulling out the pistol, trying to, see what else he can see, as he is now on the 1v2. He wants to get that quick kill first if possible. As you can see, TeamMyth just looking to group up and look for a 2v1.
Yeah, I think Notson expects the rest of the member from TeamMyth to be planting on B site. That is not the case. Checks the side. No one's there. Has to rotate towards the sideway. But TeamMyth, they're using so much time. They actually retreated back into the BL base. And then now going to B site.
And 30 seconds left on the clock.
200 IQ play right here.
I said before, playing it slow or playing it too slow. This is just right. Just the right amount of time. And be able to drop the plant here with the maximum amount of time available, or rather utilizing all the time that's available to them.
Yeah, oftentimes the teams and players feel stressed to run the clock down because the moment you fight, you end up using a lot of the time, at least 5 to 10 seconds. But TeamMyth, it seems like they holding the time so well. Oh, but hold on.
This is going to be a huge clutch for Notson. He's got the pistol.
20 seconds.
Whoa! He gets it with the rifle, as immediately you can see the team just goes nuts behind him. As, I mean, it doesn't get better than that. He didn't even get the first look, right? Like, he got shot in the side, and then he was still able to clutch it.
And he was low on HP, just ducking down for the right moment to shoot. Single bullet headshot.
And that's a back-breaking play, because if you're TeamMyth, that's the position that you've been so good in the whole time. You get to play it slow, you get to get your plans, and then they come in, and it doesn't work out. It just out-clutches you, and now you're down 3-1. Imperial looking to extend their lead even more so, and it's starting to feel like that first map was TeamMyth catching them off guard, but now with Imperial well and truly awake, happy and healthy, they are doing splendidly.
And let's see how TeamMyth manages to come back in this first half. It's got the very first round and down 3 in a row. And the first attack was B. But ever since then, nothing really seemed to work. They were caught in the rotation into sideway. But TeamMyth, they're a team, they don't really push into the bridge, into the backside. So I think Imperial, in terms of this map, has an easier time reading the rotation.
Yeah, I mean, you can just place MG with the sniper here on B. We've seen that TeamMyth hasn't really been going for, you know, big rotations onto A either. It's been a lot of slow play, kind of hanging around B, and this is just giving Imperial a lot of the time. It doesn't matter. He picks up 2 kills, and MG is able to retreat to his teammates here. They have a lot of information about what TeamMyth wants to do.
4 people making their way over. And last time I felt great about TeamMyth's position. This is what they seem to excel at, but after the last one, I'm going to be scared. Imperial, even for, or rather, 1-man advantage. MG, he's low, but will get blown up in the end, and now it's all up to Penguin. Hold on here for dear life.
He needs to get the kill right now. Time's ticking.
Nope.
Not going to happen. Great timing there as well from Imperial, because even if he lost that firefight, the other guy was flanking. It really does feel like Imperial have just woken up. This is what we have expected from a lot of the Brazilian teams, to be quite honest. And you know, this is a totally different look compared to what we saw in Ankara. 4-1 now.
A little bit of land jitters. Maybe they got that ruler again after game number 1. You know, adjust that setup. Is like, I was 2.5 centimeters off. Adjust that keyboard. It's looking peachy.
So far it was Notson Lucam carrying the team, but on the ground.
And you know, he did get 1 kill, but then immediately Booker and Penguin able to strike back. Lucam pretty low on health at the same time.
MG
Okay.
At least he took 1 down before going down. Yuzao right below the stairs.
It's all or nothing for him. Has been exceptional on these defenses. Lucam already taken down though. Yuzao finds 1. Kill up there, finds 2. And now it's all of a sudden a 1v1.
Yeah, and he has the bomb right below him. This is the perfect position. You have position on the bomb. You just got a couple of kills. You're peeking in. You just peek, but it doesn't matter because Penguin is going to be the one who does come in and gets the win.
And that's a top. You feel like you're safe because you only kick out your head, but oftentimes the wall shots come through slightly, and also the headshots actually pretty easy up there. Almost pulled it off, but not quite this time.
Just felt so comfortable after the couple of kills, but this time Penguin, you know, he's been not necessarily the carry, definitely one of the leaders of this team. But this time, you know, when it matters most, he is carrying the team. 6-4 currently. When I say carrying, I mean they're not winning, but he is performing the best, I should say.
All you can do is try to give it your all. As TeamMyth, that's important. They get closer and closer to evening it up, but Imperial very aware that this is happening. Still have Rio Zhao in the middle, ready to rotate if the push actually does come through. And TeamMyth, they do what TeamMyth does, and that's just play it slow.
Yeah, play it slow. Make sure they have the most amount of information before they go in. Because oftentimes Imperial did get impatient in the first map. Ever since then, their defense has been solid.
Oh, man. You said it, G-Clef. I mean, the second Fefe came online, it's like, okay, well, the team is totally different.
And with the timing attacks, because they're going in at similar timing,
Okay, this time the push is good. Once again, Penguin comes in the clutch, a couple of kills. They get the bomb down. And all of a sudden, TeamMyth looking good.
Penguin really dragging with him, but Rio Zhao, amazing play there. Rio Zhao just incredible retake there from Imperial as they are able to find a defuse, and you can hear them yell. Deservedly so, I'd say.
I hope you guys can hear it because it is just...
It almost seems like they won the championship already. The amount of energy they're pouring out after every single win is incredible.
Especially when they clutch. I mean, obviously that's the most exciting time. And perhaps TeamMyth feeling a bit of that anger. Not happy with the way it's going, so they're getting aggressive. A bit of a push onto the bridge now. Not necessarily TeamMyth's style as Fefe runs out of bullets, but the rest of the team is there to back him up. And only JWoww is here, immediately gets focused down by MG, who picks up a couple of kills.
Yeah, quick and... It seems like a quick and easy work, jumping onto the bridge, pushing into A, but Imperial had the perfect read. Okay, they were pushed for B side. A couple of rounds, they're not going to push B. It has to be either central passage or A site. Well read, even had the perfect grenade. Actually picked up a kill with the nade from Imperial side.
And this is, again, for TeamMyth. They're put in a position where slowly everyone mushroom and hard gets taken down again. These individual highlight moments from TeamMyth. Unlike Rio Zhao, who is just insane at the moment. Not sure what the finally the damage is already done.
Yeah, he already did his job. I mean, Horus is trying to do as well as he possibly can to try to carry here from behind, but it's just a little bit too little too late.
Yep, the information's there. He's super low on HP. Even MG is going to be holding that pistol to go around and get this. Just one tap at the final kill.
It's okay. Sit here for a minute and then plan. Hope that someone rotates before that.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time.
Yeah.
And look where Notson is. Oh, this might be a free kill.
Yep, there it is. Free kill right into the hands of Notson. Picks it up, and you can see Fefe, he's the leader. He's like, okay, calm down a little bit, guys. We still got to finish off one half, but it's already looking really good. A dominant victory on Compound, and a 7-2 half, I should say, in favor of Imperial. And not even too much talking happening on the side of TeamMyth. Only dejection. They have to find it within themselves to try to come back.
It's going to be very rough, even if they're going to be defending here as a global risk. Usually TeamMyth, their momentum really started by getting more round win in the first half from the Blacklist side. And in the second half, oftentimes they have been losing, especially the nightmares of the second map. You have to wash that off right now.
But with how well Imperial's playing, looking like it's not necessarily likely as Imperial have... Everyone is online now, right? We were waiting, and then, yes, Rizhao has been playing insane, but he's been doing that since the beginning. But now everyone is picking up kills. Fefe has well and truly connected. We've seen multiple great backup kills by Lukam. Not seen with the flanks. There's just too much for TeamMyth to really deal with.
Oh, that grenade was a headshot grenade, basically. A sniper on top.
Fire in the hole!
Not gonna land the shot. He has some backup though. As you can see, Horus is here, as well as Penguin on the back side. They're gonna spray them all down. And MG, the only one left available. He does not have the bomb. He's got some time. He would love a pickoff here. But not looking good for him. TeamMyth, a nice little stand-up here to Imperial. Not going to go down without a fight.
It's certainly going to be very rough going into that A site 3v1 versus all riflers. And the time is ticking down with C4 down near right at the bottom of A site. But he is MG. We'll try to get at least few kills, or maybe even a win from this 1v3.
It's okay. Just kill 3 people and get the bomb in 30 seconds. How hard could it be?
All you need is 3 bullets.
Well, we got him.
I was thinking, you know, all you need to do is BMG, but not this time. TeamMyth, they get one. It's a starting point. It's still 7-3, but you got to start off with the 1. They do get that, a pretty dominant victory. They hold off the aggressive push onto A.
Fire in the hole!
And can't ask for too much more. Penguin getting a little bit aggressive through the smoke from the bridge, but another push here through bottom of A, as they have not been able to effectively deal with Horus on that back side. As, okay, finally Lukam is going to be able to pick off him. And that should give a better starting point here for Imperial.
And Imperial just wanting to make sure that you don't give TeamMyth the type of momentum swing that was denied to you in the first game. Just looking to build up this lead, and I'm loving that they're taking the time here to do exactly that. There's no need for you to rush as of yet. Can play it as slow as you'd like it with a man advantage. Trying to gather as much info as possible and then still go in on a possible plant. Haven't quite decided where to go yet.
Yeah, Imperial's basically saying, you guys took that much time, we can do exactly the same but better.
Being red though, 3 people at the ready for TeamMyth.
All right.
Slow and steady from Imperial.
Yeah.
They don't have too many flashes, so this might be a hard approach.
Especially, well, Penguin and Booker kind of out there. They get spotted. Booker is able to pick off 1. Zhao once again in the clutch, picks off 2, and Alucard, the only one left available, only has 3 health. And he might be out of that 3 health here in just a moment. The bomb is going to go down, and Alucard here with the AWM has to get a couple of snipes. Maybe a snipe and a headshot. And that would be the only chance. Gets shot through the box! Rizhao will get them their 8th round.
Rizhao again popping off and getting entry kills, backup kills, and final kill for the team. Yeah, a lot of these members has the clutch ability at any time. Even without the flash, they were just able to break in with the firepower.
And now
it sneaks in.
Oh, that's 2 already.
Oh my.
And with that, very good. Penguin, yes, he gets 2, and that evens it up. But still, the site is completely open. Plenty of opportunity for Imperial to set up shop here. Now it's up to TeamMyth to execute the retake. And let's not forget, the pressure is on them. They cannot make a single mistake, or they will be down so many match points.
There is a bit of damage coming in. Rizhao going to get the kill. 3-2, and they have the bomb down, and they have this side covered. Let's see the push. Penguin gets a headshot. Dotson has the off angle, and Alucard with the sniper, not able to get it down. And through the window there, Dotson able to secure a 9th round. This might even be a more dominant win than our second round.
It's just a extensive way, as again, Nate hits Rujao there. And another. Nades have been insane. Way for Imperial to say, that first map, that was a bit of a fluke. We were not ready.
Definitely.
I don't know what the reason was. Was it rulers? Was it connection? Was it sleep? We will never know. But
Was it Ankara?
yeah, might be.
Some teams in the future might look at that and say, well, they looked good everywhere except Ankara. Let's play that map. Horus this time. He's going to start off with the headshot. As he is in a great spot. Picks off a second one, and Penguin will help him out alongside JWoww. So finally, TeamMyth show up, but you can't help but feel it's a little bit too little too late. Getting the job done there.
Yeah, but still anything's possible. We've seen what Black Dragons were able to do in our first match. And TeamMyth, that A-long pressure, 2-man rifle certainly worked out this time. Imperial, I don't think they have checked that at all during the second half. Now they're checking. Now MG's trying to spot out anyone coming in the region.
Imperial, some aggression in the middle there, but lots of smokes are used from the side of TeamMyth. It looks like trying to delay, trying to buy some time. And they will do just that.
And Imperial, 2-man sideway. With this many men from Central Passage, they don't really know that Alucard is still right in that tunnels.
Penguin has currently 3 health.
Ooh, Alucard let them pass, doesn't really know.
Find that one. Also able to... Oh, he's going to go in back and does so successfully. And now 2 rounds in a row. Extremely dominant play coming through from TeamMyth. Just Lucam. And 1 versus 3 with a... Not going to end well, I suppose. Horus jumps in, immediately gets the kill. TeamMyth now trying to crawl their way back into this game.
Well, there Alucard slips too, but he cleans up his own mess. So I guess that's what he deals up with his own mess. So all good. And TeamMyth, couple of rounds in a row in defense. No one saw that.
Definitely not.
No need to mention.
Booker, nice spot here. And he's got teammates bringing the attention away from him as well. On his way out, he survives. And that's another great start here for TeamMyth. Anything is possible. It was 9-3 just a moment ago. Now 9-5 with the lead in this 15th round.
Feeling like 9-6. I think you're right, Valdez, and then all of a sudden you get into your own hand. And Imperial, to say that, Rujao, yeah, you get the kill, but Horus immediately brings it back. And it's consistently TeamMyth able to find the early openings. Knudsen also goes down. There goes M.
So there are spots for snipers. From the blacklist, it's oftentimes really hard.
Look at that.
He is the crossfire whisperer.
Am I the leader?
He
Maybe they heard
it.
you.
Truly,
No, they can't.
truly gets it.
Mm-hmm. And silently sideway.
Look at this.
1 grenade will do the job.
They don't know.
4 men.
This is the
No grenade.
Imperial Caterpillar at the moment. Here we go, push in real quick. Ruzao over there leading the charge with Knudsen, but JWoww and Horus going to be able to stop it, and a snipe on the ladder here from Alucard. Gets the job done. The aggression from Ruzao as well not going to work out. Lucam alone, they get stopped on the aggressive play, And all of a sudden, the smiles return for TeamMyth. And now it's only 2 rounds.
And the question mark comes to the leader. And MG goes back to the sniper.
Oh, G-Clef, this is on you. Had to make him go for it. Didn't work out. Immediately back to that sniper. And
Yeah, these are the type of moment, even if you're winning round, you're being chased.
yeah,
So it almost feels like you're losing right now as Imperial.
and it should be so easy, right? But that's the problem. Every round stands on itself. But when you're playing, it doesn't feel that way. And now, FA Ryuzao moving forward, pushing in aggressively.
Oh, bridge in.
This time, I mean, they're getting flanked from every side. You can see Fefe, though, he's the one flanking the flankers. I didn't know it was possible, but Fefe made it possible. And TeamMyth, they've had so many chances, but Fefe looks like he is going to take the last one out.
Yeah, when the
snuff
team
out their chances.
needs a person, it has to be Fefe.
Oh!
NMG secures the last kill.
There it is, Imperial, they come back down a map. 1-0 after Ankara was TeamMyth, but Imperial are laughing and cheering at the end. As 10-7 is the score there at the end of this map. But 2-1 is the match score here for the side of Imperial. So another Brazilian team will win. They're 2-0 on the day. And gotta be liking their chances after that one. But, you know, as we mentioned, I'm sure teams will look at this and say, yeah, TeamMyth, a really strong team, but how are Imperial looking on Ankara?
Questionable, I think is fair to say. But like Black Dragons, who didn't get pressured quite as much, Lars was not able to actually take a map off them. Pushed them far, sure, but not actually seal the deal. TeamMyth, don't think they're going to get underestimated again after showing such a spirited performance on Ankara. The problem was that when it really came down to the key moments, it felt like in the middle of that second map and the early part of the final map, they were just not really able to maintain